In the annals of music history, there have been rivalries that defined an era. But perhaps none were as electric, enigmatic, and enduring as the feud between two of the greatest icons ever to grace the stage, Michael Jackson and Prince. Most music lovers can remember the day the great Prince embarrassed himself in front of a full stadium, from having no idea what he should do to accidentally knocking over a light stand. But did you guys know that Michael Jackson was the one who set him up?
Because he just insisted that I introduce Prince. He's here.
Michael had asked James Brown to invite Prince on the stage without Prince's knowledge, and it was quite obvious that James had no idea who Prince was when he called him to perform. Due to the fact that James was close to Michael, he granted the Billie Jean's singer his wish and called Prince on stage. But since the When the Doves Cry singer had had no prior knowledge of the call, he ended up stumbling on what to do on stage. Comparing these two legions' performances that night, Michael's stage looked way more polished than Prince's performance was, and most claimed Michael had called him up to ridicule him. But how did two of the greatest performers of all time get to this point of rivalry? Their journey takes us back to the neon-lit 80s, an era pulsating with the rhythm of pop culture. Michael Jackson, known as the King of Pop, had already carved his name in the annals of music history. With chart toppers like Billie Jean and Beat It, he was not just a superstar, he was a phenomenon. His moonwalk had become a symbol of his otherworldly talent, and his albums were selling like wildfire. But behind the dazzling performances and sold-out stadiums lay a man who was fiercely competitive and driven to maintain his musical supremacy. On the other side of this musical battlefield stood Prince, an artist as mysterious as he was prolific. His moniker, the Purple One, embodied his enigmatic allure. With hits like When Doves Cry and Little Red Corvette, Prince was a sonic maverick, challenging musical norms with every note. His flamboyant style, unabashed sexuality, and genre-blurring music set him apart. But Prince was not just a musician. He was a provocateur, pushing boundaries and challenging societal norms. His on-stage charisma and androgynous image were a stark contrast to Michael Jackson's polished persona. What fueled their rivalry, you ask? It was a concoction of ego, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Michael Jackson's devout Jehovah's Witness faith and Prince's controversial lyrics were just sparks that ignited the resentment between these two artists. But this rivalry wasn't confined to personal beliefs or musical styles. It escalated as they climbed the charts, jostling for the coveted title of the greatest entertainer. Jackson's Thriller and Prince's Purple Rain marked the zenith of their rivalry. Both albums were masterpieces in their own right, competing for chart dominance and cultural supremacy. What set their feud apart, however, was the controversy that swirled around it. Michael Jackson's public statement about Prince's Dirty Diana and Prince's cryptic responses added fuel to the fire. The media couldn't get enough of their feud, and fans were captivated by this celebrity clash. Let us delve deep into the lives and careers of these musical titans. We'll uncover the stories behind the headlines, exploring the controversies, the music, and the moments that defined their rivalry. This is a tale of two icons, each leaving an indelible mark on the world of music, and a rivalry that continues to resonate through the ages. Our story begins in the electrifying 80s, a decade where the air was thick with the rhythm of change and innovation. Michael Jackson, the undisputed king of pop, and Prince, the enigmatic Purple One, were perched atop the music industry's throne. Their names echoed across the globe, but beneath the surface, a rivalry simmered. Michael Jackson, a child prodigy turned global superstar, had already achieved the unimaginable with his album Off the Wall. But it was his next opus, Thriller, that would catapult him into stratospheric fame. As Thriller dominated the charts, It seemed that Jackson's reign was unstoppable. He was not just an entertainer, he was a phenomenon, a cultural icon. In stark contrast, Prince, born Prince Rogers Nelson, was a musical maverick. His music transcended genres, blending rock, funk, and R&B into a sonic tapestry uniquely his own. Tracks like When Doves Cry and Little Red Corvette captivated listeners, and Prince's flamboyant stage presence made him an enigmatic figure in the world of music. But what drove the rift between these two titans? It wasn't just a clash of musical styles. It was a clash of personas, faiths, and ambitions. Michael Jackson, a devout Jehovah's Witness, had chosen a path of piety and spirituality. His faith influenced his music and his life, and he often spoke about his desire to spread messages of love and unity through his art. On the other hand, Prince's music was infused with sensual, sometimes controversial, themes. His lyrics pushed boundaries, challenging societal norms around sexuality and religion. It was a stark contrast to Jackson's clean-cut image. Their rivalry had roots in their starkly different approaches to fame and their shared desire to be the greatest entertainer in the world. As Thriller continued its chart domination, Prince was crafting his own masterpiece, Purple Rain. This album would not only become a musical landmark, but also a cinematic one, as it was the soundtrack to Prince's film of the same name. The competition was fierce, and both artists were aware of the other's every move. They pushed each other to greater heights, raising the bar for what was possible in the world of music and entertainment. And it was in this competitive crucible that the seeds of their rivalry were sown, setting the stage for a clash of the titans that would resonate through the ages. The rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince didn't stop at their differences in faith and musical style. It intensified over the years as both artists vied for the title of the greatest entertainer. With each success, the tension grew, and the 80s became the battleground for their musical dominance. As Michael Jackson's Thriller continued to break records and dominate the charts, Prince was crafting his own magnum opus, Purple Rain. Released in 1984, Purple Rain wasn't just an album, it was a cultural and cinematic event. The accompanying film showcased Prince's charisma and musical prowess, solidifying his status as a multifaceted entertainer. But Purple Rain was more than just a brilliant soundtrack. It was a statement. It marked the Purple One's ascendancy to the throne of rock and pop, and it directly challenged Michael Jackson's reign. The competition was fierce, and it played out not just in album sales but also in public perception. Interestingly, while Jackson was known for his impeccable dance moves and groundbreaking music videos, Prince was a master of showmanship on stage. His live performances were electrifying, and his ability to captivate audiences was second to none. This rivalry wasn't just about who could sell more records, it was about who could put on the most unforgettable show. The media watched closely as the two icons' careers intersected. Every chart-topping single, every sold-out concert, and every innovative music video was scrutinized and compared. Fans, too, couldn't resist taking sides in this musical showdown. Moreover, their rivalry took on a new dimension as they competed for accolades and awards. The Grammy Awards, in particular, became a battleground. Michael Jackson's Thriller album received a record-breaking 12 Grammy nominations in 1984, winning 8 of them. It was a moment of triumph for Jackson, but it also fueled the competitive fire between him and Prince. Prince, however, was not to be outdone. In the following years, he would go on to win several Grammy Awards of his own, solidifying his status as a musical force to be reckoned with. The Grammy stage became a platform for them to indirectly challenge each other as each award they won added to their legacy and bragging rights. Controversy became a defining feature of Michael Jackson and Prince's feud as the 80s progressed. The public watched with bated breath as their rivalry took on new dimensions, fueled by statements and actions that left fans and media captivated. It was during this era that Michael Jackson released his hit single, Dirty Diana. While it may have seemed like just another chart topper, it would become a pivotal moment in his rivalry with Prince. Jackson's lyrics seemed to hint at a seductive encounter, but interestingly, he was quick to clarify that the song was not about Prince, as many speculated. He remarked, "Dirty Diana is not about Prince. It's about Diana Ross." Prince, never one to back down from a challenge, responded in his own unique way. Instead of engaging in a public war of words, he let his music do the talking. His next album, Love Sexy, included a track titled I Wish You Heaven, which was seen by many as a subtle retort to Jackson's remarks. The cryptic lyrics left fans and the media intrigued, adding to the mystique surrounding their feud. The media couldn't get enough of the drama. Tabloids screamed headlines about their every confrontation, and fans took sides. The rivalry had become a phenomenon, impacting not just their careers, but also their personal lives. Interestingly, this feud also played out during their respective tours. Jackson's Bad World Tour and Prince's Love Sexy Tour were massive spectacles that drew huge crowds. Fans attending these concerts were often divided between Team Michael and Team Prince, turning each show into a battlefield of cheers and chants. Public appearances, too, became opportunities for subtle jabs. From fashion choices to stage setups, both artists seemed to be making statements through their art. The rivalry wasn't just about music anymore. It had permeated every facet of their careers. The public's fascination with their feud didn't wane as the decade drew to a close. In fact, it only intensified. As the 80s transitioned into the 90s, Michael Jackson and Prince found themselves in a unique position. They had become not just musicians, but cultural icons, with their every move dissected and analyzed by fans and media alike. As the feud between Michael Jackson and Prince continued to capture the public's imagination, the media and fans became increasingly enamored with their every move. The rivalry between these two musical icons wasn't just a footnote in their careers. It had taken center stage, impacting their lives both professionally and personally. The tabloids couldn't get enough of the drama. Headlines screamed about their every confrontation, and fans avidly followed the unfolding saga. The media's insatiable appetite for stories about their rivalry only served to fan the flames, turning it into a full-blown phenomenon. Interestingly, fans around the world were divided into two camps, Team Michael and Team Prince. These allegiances ran deep, with each camp staunchly defending their chosen idol. Concerts and live performances became battlegrounds for these fans, who would cheer and chant passionately in support of their respective artists. Michael Jackson's Bad World Tour and Prince's Love Sexy Tour were not just musical spectacles, they were showcases of their rivalry. Attendees at these concerts were not merely there to enjoy the music, they were part of a larger narrative, unwittingly playing a role in the ongoing drama. Moreover, public appearances by both artists became opportunities for subtle jabs and statements. From their fashion choices to the design of their stage setups, every detail seemed to be calculated to make a point. The rivalry had permeated every facet of their careers, turning even the most mundane events into opportunities for one-upmanship. Behind the scenes, the tension continued to simmer. While neither artist openly declared a truce, there were moments of uneasy peace. For instance, they occasionally attended the same events, but their interactions were often limited to polite nods and smiles, disguising the underlying competition that defined their relationship. The rivalry wasn't just about music anymore, it was a cultural phenomenon. It had transformed Michael Jackson and Prince from mere musicians into larger-than-life figures whose every move was scrutinized and analyzed. Their lives had become intertwined with their feud, and they couldn't escape the public's fascination. As the 80s transitioned into the 90s, the world watched with bated breath. The rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince showed no signs of fading into the background. Instead, it continued to evolve, with new chapters and controversies waiting to be written. Moreover, let's shift our focus to Michael Jackson, the king of pop, whose legendary career is a testament to his unparalleled talent and influence in the world of music. From his early days at Motown to moonwalking his way into history, Jackson's journey is a remarkable odyssey that redefined the music industry. Michael Jackson's rise to superstardom began at a young age. As a member of the Jackson 5, he showcased his prodigious talent and charisma, winning hearts with hits like I Want You Back and ABC. Even as a child, he displayed a level of artistry and stage presence that belied his years. However, it was as a solo artist that Michael Jackson's star truly ascended. His 1979 album, Off the Wall, marked a turning point in his career. Songs like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You showcased his maturing voice and his ability to craft timeless hits. But it was his 1982 album, Thriller, that would change the landscape of music forever. With iconic tracks like Billie Jean and Beat It, Jackson not only dominated the charts, but also pioneered the music video as an art form. The music video for the title track, Thriller, became a cultural phenomenon, cementing Jackson's status as a global superstar. Thriller wasn't just an album, it was a cultural touchstone. It shattered records, becoming the best-selling album of all time. Michael Jackson was no longer just a musician, he was an international icon, a pop culture deity. Moreover, Michael Jackson's influence extended beyond music. His humanitarian efforts, including his support for various charities and causes, highlighted his commitment to making the world a better place. Songs like Heal the World and Man in the Mirror carried powerful messages of unity and social change. Throughout his career, Jackson continued to innovate and push the boundaries of music. His collaborations with legendary artists like Quincy Jones and his ability to seamlessly blend genres showcased his versatility. Songs like Black or White and Remember the Time demonstrated his ability to remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. His live performances were nothing short of spectacular. The Bad World Tour and the Dangerous World Tour saw Jackson captivating audiences around the globe with his electrifying stage presence and gravity-defying dance moves. Each concert was a theatrical extravaganza, solidifying his reputation as one of the greatest entertainers of all time. In conclusion, Michael Jackson's legendary career was a testament to his artistry, innovation, and unwavering dedication to his craft. His impact on music and popular culture is immeasurable, and his music continues to resonate with audiences of all generations. As we delve deeper into the world of this musical rivalry, it becomes clear that Jackson's contributions to the industry were nothing short of groundbreaking. His influence laid the foundation for future generations of artists, and his legacy remains an indelible part of music history. Additionally, turning our attention to Prince, we find an artist who was the epitome of innovation and individuality in the world of music. His eclectic style, genre-blurring music, and fearless approach to art set him apart as a true musical icon. Prince, born Prince Rogers Nelson, burst onto the music scene with his debut album, For You, in 1978. From the very beginning, it was clear that he was unlike any artist of his time. He played virtually every instrument on the album and wrote all the songs himself, a rarity in the industry. His subsequent albums, including Prince and Dirty Mind, showcased his unapologetic embrace of sensuality and a fusion of rock, funk, and R&B. Songs like I Wanna Be Your Lover and Do It All Night not only demonstrated his vocal prowess, but also challenged societal norms around sexuality. However, it was with the release of 1999 in 1982 that Prince truly became a musical force to be reckoned with. The album's title track and songs like Little Red Corvette and Delirious were instant classics, marking Prince's ascendancy into the pantheon of music legends. Yet, It was Purple Rain in 1984 that would define Prince's career and legacy. The album and its accompanying film were groundbreaking on multiple fronts. Purple Rain. The album was a tour de force blending rock, pop, and soul into a sonic masterpiece. The title track, Purple Rain, remains an anthem for the ages, showcasing Prince's virtuosity on the guitar and his ability to evoke deep emotions through music. Purple Rain. The film was equally revolutionary. A semi-autobiographical drama, it offered an intimate look into Prince's life and artistry. It challenged conventions in both music and cinema, earning Prince an Academy Award for Best Original Song Score. What set Prince apart was his refusal to be pigeonholed. He continuously reinvented himself, pushing boundaries and exploring new sounds. Albums like Sign of the Times and Love Sexy showcased his ability to seamlessly blend genres, from rock to funk to gospel, creating a musical tapestry uniquely his own. Prince was not just a musician. He was a cultural provocateur. His fashion choices, often androgynous and daring, challenged gender norms. His lyrics explored themes of love, spirituality, and social commentary, making him a multi-dimensional artist who used his music as a platform for expression. His live performances were legendary. Whether in intimate club settings or sold-out stadiums, Prince commanded the stage with an electrifying presence. His ability to connect with audiences on a visceral level, combined with his guitar virtuosity, made each concert an unforgettable experience. In conclusion, Prince's career was a testament to his creative genius and fearless pursuit of artistic freedom. He challenged conventions, defied categorization, and left an indelible mark on the music industry. His legacy continues to inspire artists to embrace their individuality and push boundaries, ensuring that the Purple One's influence lives on in the hearts and minds of music lovers worldwide. As we explore the depths of this musical rivalry, it becomes evident that Prince's contributions to the industry were nothing short of revolutionary, and his impact on music is immeasurable. The 80s had come to a close, and the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince had reached a zenith. The world watched with bated breath as these two musical giants continued to dominate the music industry. However, the 90s would bring a shift in their dynamic, leading to an unexpected turn in their relationship. Michael Jackson, riding high on the success of Thriller and Bad, entered the 90s with the release of his album Dangerous. While the album showcased Jackson's enduring talent and innovation, it also marked a departure from his previous work. His music took on a more mature and introspective tone, with tracks like Heal the World and Black or White carrying powerful messages of unity and change. Prince, on the other hand, faced challenges in the early 90s. His dispute with his record label, Warner Brothers, led to a highly publicized battle over artistic control and ownership of his music. During this time, he famously changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol and was often referred to as the artist formerly known as Prince. Despite these challenges, Prince continued to release music that pushed boundaries. Albums like Diamonds and Pearls and Love Symbol album showcased his versatility and willingness to experiment with new sounds. His hit single Cream became an anthem of the early 90s. Interestingly, as the 90s progressed, the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince began to lose some of its intensity. Both artists had matured, and their music had evolved. While they still maintained their unique styles and continued to influence the music industry, the public fascination with their feud had begun to wane. There were moments that hinted at a thaw in their relationship. Prince, known for his enigmatic persona, made a surprise appearance at one of Michael Jackson's concerts during the Dangerous World Tour. The audience was electrified by the unexpected reunion of these two icons on stage. Moreover, as the decade continued, Prince and Michael Jackson found common ground in their shared experiences as music legends. They had weathered the storms of fame, faced the challenges of artistic freedom, and made indelible contributions to the world of music. Their paths had diverged, but their legacies remained intertwined. The 90s closed with both artists continuing to create music that resonated with their fans. Michael Jackson's History album and Prince's Emancipation album showcased their enduring artistry and commitment to their craft. As the rivalry between Michael Jackson and Prince slowly faded into the background, their respective careers took on a life of their own. They had left an indelible mark on the music industry, redefined genres, and inspired generations of artists. While their paths had crossed and diverged, their influence on music would continue to echo through the ages. As we reach the culmination of this story, we find ourselves reflecting on the riveting tale of two musical titans, Michael Jackson and Prince. Their feud, a defining narrative of the 80s, left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. But as the years rolled on, the intensity of their rivalry gradually diminished, making way for a deeper understanding of their shared legacy. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, and Prince, the Purple One, represented more than just artists. They were cultural phenomena. Their music transcended boundaries, their stage presence was electrifying, and their influence extended far beyond the realm of music. They were not just entertainers, they were trailblazers who reshaped the landscape of popular culture. The 80s witnessed the height of their rivalry as they vied for the title of the greatest entertainer. From Jackson's groundbreaking Thriller to Prince's iconic Purple Rain, each artist pushed the boundaries of creativity, innovation, and showmanship. Their feud became the stuff of legends, captivating fans and media alike. However, the 90s ushered in a new chapter. Both artists continued to produce music that resonated with their fans, but the rivalry lost some of its edge. Michael Jackson's Dangerous and Prince's ongoing experimentation with new sounds showcased their evolution as artists. The public fascination with their feud began to wane as their careers took on a life of their own. Yet, there were moments that hinted at a reconciliation between these two icons. Prince's surprise appearance at one of Michael Jackson's concerts during the Dangerous World Tour was a poignant reminder of the shared history and camaraderie between the two. It was a moment that transcended rivalry, celebrating the enduring impact of their artistry. As the 90s drew to a close, Michael Jackson and Prince remained larger-than-life figures. They had weathered the storms of fame, faced the challenges of artistic freedom, and made profound contributions to the world of music. Their paths had diverged, but their legacies remained intertwined. In the annals of music history, their stories will forever be intertwined. Michael Jackson and Prince, with their unique talents and uncompromising dedication to their craft, left an indelible mark on the music industry. Their influence can be heard in the voices of countless artists who followed in their footsteps, each carrying a piece of the legacy they crafted. While the rivalry may have faded with time, their legacies continue to shine brightly, a testament to the enduring power of their artistry and the impact they had on the world of music. That's it for this video. See you next time.